Hey guys, welcome back to Reader's Cafe, Cooking with Chef Ben. Today's soup's on. So today our first soup is actually going to be veggie chili. All right, this is going to be this is a vegetable stock, vegetable and garlic stock, red beans, black beans, our garbanzo beans, chickpeas, corn, pepper, salt, and zucchini and squash. Bay leaves or cumin, or chopped garlic, chili powder, peppers, carrots, celery, and onion, and our olive oil, which is going to saute these three together. First, guys, we need to put our olive oil in our pan so we can heat it up. And then we're going to saute our onions, our celery, our carrots, about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, you just wait until you get the nice aroma. All right, so when you saute the vegetables, you just want to look for this nice caramelization that you're starting to see with the onions. You want to just get them a little soft. Then you want to add your garlic in. They will burn, so you want to be careful with it. Saute for about a minute or so. And then once we have everything a little warmer, we're adding in a chicken stock. I don't add it all in at one time because you may need a little bit to thin it out later if it's not too thick. You know what we really need to have in this is going to be some tomatoes. Now I like using the pear tomatoes, the pear-shaped tomatoes in a can. Angelina's is the one that's good. These have already been hand crushed, as you can see. So you're just simply going to take the can. When you open the can, you just simply crush it one time through your hands. That's all you have to do. And this will be 3 28-ounce cans. We're just going to add it into the rest of our stock and the rest of our soup. Just stir it around until it's kind of together. Some areas around it. Just let it sit and simmer for a while. This is also where you can put in bay leaves. Just a little bit of flavor. Remember to take them out. This is where you will add in your beans, and your corn is the very last. But you do want your beans added in because it's going to take about 45 minutes for it to boil. So we've simmered now for about 45 minutes. So we are going to go ahead and add in our chili powder. There's going to be a 1/4 cup and a tablespoon of cumin. Give it a nice stir. Make sure everything is incorporated. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. Corn. All right, guys, so we have our jalapenos ready. Nice pickled jalapenos. We pickled these here ourselves. And we're just going to give them a simple little chop. Doesn't have to be a small, just be a simple chop. Do a rustic chop if you like. Okay, so while this finishes up, heating up just a little more, we're going to go in and work on our squash. Now, this isn't something that you would usually find in too many veggie chilies, but it's a veggie chili. I feel like you should have it. So we're just simply going to cut off the ends, cut off as little as possible so you have less waste. We'll cut down the middle. Just give it a simple chop. So our yellow squash, I always cut into thirds because it is whiter than the green. Again, you want to keep everything about the same size so they will cook evenly. Okay guys, We have our squash ready. That's coming together nicely. See all those beautiful colors. Just let you know spring's available. Spring's around and winter's here. So the peppers, jalapenos, I've added in, so we'll let it steep. The nice bell peppers we chopped down are in there as well. All right, so this is just a little bit of Italian blend that I mixed together myself. But you can use the basil and an oregano. And you can put your squash in. It's going to have to come back up to temp. Remember, this is a chili, so it can be thick. That's what it's all about. But if you feel that it is too thick, you can always add a little bit of the tomato juice in. Okay guys, so we're going to let the veggie chili cook down for a while and let it simmer. And we're going to start ourselves on our butternut squash soup. Okay guys, so while our vegetarian chili is cooking, we're going to start our butternut squash soup. So today we're going to have a veggie stock. The butternut squash, it's an important part of the show. It's full of butter, brown sugar, nutmeg, shallots, salt, white pepper, applesauce. You can use whole apples. I use applesauce since we do make our own here. We like to keep the guts for the inside of our squash because that will be used as our base. And we want 3 pounds of squash. So I'm going to show you how to prep your butternut squash so you're ready for the rest of this. Simply cut it in half. Okay. I always use a bigger spoon. All right, so we're just removing the seeds and the guts, the ribs from the inside. Because we'll use this as part of our soup base, but not actually we're not going to put it in the oven to bake. So once that is done, put a little bit of olive oil on the outside, put it face down on a sheet pan, and put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. You'll see when the outside starts to crisp up brown, and you want it whenever it's nice and soft, because it'll pull away from the skin. This is how your butternut will come off. Just peel right off. Just remove any of the really brown spots, any of the skin. If you roasted it correctly, this is what should happen. You can also use the boil method with this in your soup. I personally like the roasting because I like the caramelization and the nice sugary coating that comes on the outside. And then all that will go into part of your 3 pounds. So now that we have that ready, let's go and get our pan out and let's start our soup. Put your butter in the pan so we can get it melted. We're going to add our shallots. And then we're going to add all of our ribs and our seeds. We want these to saute down. I like to smash it down just a little. Okay, we're going to let this saute for just a moment. When the bottom starts to turn orange is whenever you want to pull this out. Okay guys, if you want to take a look at it, you can see our orange starting to come through. Nice beautiful orange texture. So we'll add our bay leaves. We'll put our vegetable stock in. You can use chicken stock, but this is a vegetarian soup. I like to use a veggie stock and a garlic stock mixed together. And this is the part where you would want to put your squash in if you want to boil it or steam it rather in a steaming basket. I myself, again, I like to roast it because I like the flavor that it offers versus just boiled in water. Okay, so this is the part where you will need a fine mesh strainer because you're going to strain out the juice or the stock. You can also use cheesecloth if you like, if you don't have a fine mesh. All right, so we're going to pour this over. Always push out all your juices. That's where all your nutrients is. All right, so one of the best ways to get a smooth texture for your butternut squash is to use a mixer. So what we're going to do first, put a little bit of our butternut squash. Now parents, I know you may have little kids out there that want to be chefs. Please don't let them do this by themselves. Always practice with them and work with them. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of the stock, make it liquid. Always keep a towel covered. Make sure you don't shoot out all over the ceiling. And guys, it's going to give us a nice, beautiful, smooth texture. Okay, we'll come back over here and do our second batch. Now again, we are making this a vegetarian butternut squash, but you can add cream to it if you like. Okay guys, we have our nice smooth butternut squash soup. At this point, we're just heating it back up. Again, if it's a little thick, don't be afraid to add a little more vegetable stock to it. Or chicken stock if you're not a vegetarian. Okay, now this is where we are going to put our applesauce. I use Granny Smith for my applesauces, so you're just looking at like a little bitter flavor. It goes well with the brown sugar and the nutmeg, just kind of sweetens it up for you. Okay, we're going to add the brown sugar in now. Nutmeg. Give it a stir, let it heat up. A little bit of salt. And this is where the white pepper comes in, so you won't have any black specks, but yet you'll still have the pepper. Okay, we're just going to let it simmer for a while, for a moment or two, and we will check on our veggie chili. Okay guys, it's time to check on our soups. They should be ready, and we can sit down and have ourselves a bowl. Oh, that veggie chili just smells delicious. Oh, that's a nice hearty soup. Beautiful vegetables. And the butternut squash, it just lets you know fall is here, and it's still delicious every year. Oh, it's nice smooth texture. Is just creamy and velvety without any milk in it. That's even better. Now should we try our vegetarian chili? Yeah, this one might be a little hot on me. Absolutely delicious soups. So do enjoy our soups today. So let me say thank you for stopping by to Reader's Cafe and Cooking with Chef Ben. Until we see you again.